Sometimes I like to pretend that little spots like these have been the homes of fairies before. And I like to imagine in my head how the fairies would have decorated it and what their little lives would be like. I don't know, I think it's fun. Sometimes I like to pretend that the feeling of the wind on my skin is the feeling of me flying with the birds. A few weeks ago, I was having a bad bout of depression and overall illness, but was out of all of my previously made meal preps, and I realized that the only way I was going to muster up the strength to meal prep that day and avoid going to bed hungry was if I allowed myself to make comfort food. So that's exactly what I did. Unfortunately, the reason that it's taken me weeks just to edit these clips is that the bouts of depression and illness didn't start or stop with this one. The truth is that I've been struggling more every week since February. I tried to wait it out, but it's been very persistent, and I eventually had to give in and collapse into the worst burnout I've had in a while. I've had a lot more going on recently than I've admitted to myself or to anyone else, let alone my YouTube videos. And even now, I don't feel comfortable sharing just yet what I've been suffering through. But I've taken some time to think and process things a bit, and I have some plans that I hope will change things for the better, though that is yet to be seen. I guess what I'm trying to say is that my life is a lot more complicated than I like to think it is. And although I try again and again to convince myself that it isn't, I always reach a breaking point where I have no choice but to be honest with myself and move forward with acceptance and perseverance and hope. And I find it important to remember that even in the darkest of times, life can feel more bearable if even just for a brief moment, you look for the light. This is so much fun. the urge to just spontaneously take a bike ride in the rain, because if you do, you should follow that urge. I highly recommend. This is fantastic.